My name's Keith Cuthbertson and I'm a lecturer in finance at Cass Business School. Today I want to talk about forward contracts and how they can be used to get rid of price risk on something you are either going to buy or sell in the future. This something could be oil, cattle, stocks, bonds, foreign exchange, almost anything. The problem I'm going to look at is called the Carlo Rizzi problem. You may remember from Godfather I that Carlo Rizzi is a small-time hood from Nebraska, but he wants to marry Vito Corleone's daughter, Connie. Here's the problem Carlo faces. Today it's the 1st of June 1950 and he knows he wants to get married in 1 year's time. The cost of the wedding today, known as the spot price, is $100,000. But this really is just a marker price because he doesn't want to get married today, so this price is relatively immaterial. The problem faced by Carlo is that he doesn't know what the price of the wedding will be in 1 year's time, and he has to pay the price of the wedding. The wedding might cost $120,000, in which case Carlo will be wiped out and the godfather will not be very happy. Or it might be as low as $80,000 in 1 year's time. But clearly Carlo faces price risk. How can he get round this price risk today? Well, he simply organises an arranged marriage mediated by the godfather, where the cost is going to be paid by Carlo, but the cost is going to be fixed today in a forward contract. So today what Carlo does is he gets Tom Hagen to organise a meeting with Vito Corleone, and he agrees with Vito a 1 year forward contract where whatever the price of the wedding in 1 year's time, it is the godfather who will pay for the wedding, and all Carlo has to do is to give the godfather $104,000, which is known as the forward price. The underlying asset which is delivered in this forward contract is actually Connie, the godfather's daughter. And no money changes hands today. This is a gentleman's agreement. Let's see what happens in 1 year's time. Well, the godfather supplies or delivers Connie to the wedding at a specific delivery point, which was a nice wedding venue by the side of a lake. At this point, Carlo pays the godfather $104,000 for the cost of the wedding. Is Carlo happy in June 1950 when he makes this forward contract with the godfather? Well, yes he is, given his objective that he wants to lock in a price for certain that he will have to pay. He's happy. In 1 year's time, he could either be happy or sad. If the price of the wedding in 1 year's time is $120,000, he'll be pleased that he has the forward contract and only pays $104,000 to the godfather. On the other hand, if the price of the wedding turns out to be $80,000 in 1 year's time, he will wish he had not got the forward contract because he's having to pay the godfather $104,000. But hindsight's a wonderful thing. If Carlo really wants this to fix the price and to get rid of any price risk, particularly the risk of a high price, then he needs to undertake and make the forward contract with the godfather. Now, forward contracts nearly always go to maturity and nearly always go to delivery. They're very hard or very costly to get out of. Of course, in this case, if Carlo were to renege on the forward contract, then the cost would be a horse's head in his bed. To summarise, if you buy a forward contract today, it locks in a known buying price for something you want in the future but don't currently have. In our case, this was Connie, but it could also be a barrel of oil, cattle, stocks or bonds. What you are doing by undertaking the forward contract is protecting yourself against high prices in the future. On the other hand, if you sell a forward contract today, it locks in a known selling price for something you already have, but you want to get rid of in the future. For example, Mr. Putin has lots of oil, but he doesn't know what the price of oil will be in the spot or cash market in 1 year's time. The price might be currently $100, but the oil does not come on stream for 1 year, in which case in 1 year's time, as did actually happen, the spot price of oil might be only $50. If Mr. Putin had done nothing, he would only get the spot price, $50 for his barrel of oil in a year's time. But if he'd sold a forward contract at a forward price of $100, he would be able to get $100 in 1 year's time. I've just received a letter from the Family Division of the High Court, and it says that my wife has sold a 1 year forward contract with me as the underlying asset. That means I'll be getting divorced in 1 year's time. And the judge seems to have set the forward price at half my house, half my car, and half my pension. I can only deduce that my wife must have been reading one or other of these books, or maybe both. If you want to know more about derivatives, you could look at these books by Cuthbertson and Nietzsche. Okay, goodbye for now.